Hello. This is a very simple, tiny Pico saltwater aquarium that anyone can do, really. It's simple because it's using just the basic original equipment. There's nothing fancy here. I did replace the hang on the back filter because it just went out on me after about 7 months, okay, of this little bow front here. But I just put another hang on the back filter on it. It's a little more powerful than the original one, which I like a little bit better, but this was functioning fine with the original hang on the back filter. Lighting, what's nice about this setup here, if you stick with simple coral, is that all you need to do is use the screw-on light fixture and get one of these power compact bulbs here, which you can get. This is 9 watt, so you got 9 watts of light on this, and that works good. So there's no like fancy equipment or fancy lighting setup you got to do to work with this. And this has been going for 2 years, this particular aquarium, as you can see. It's acrylic, so there's a few scratches on it. You have to be careful, and you got to use a scrub pad really to clean it. So as you can see, I just have a simple cabbage leather coral, some purple mushrooms, and there's a few polythias also back there. They haven't quite come out yet. They're in the back. A little blue damsel, I think, is a perfect fish for this setup. Of course, if you don't put anything else in with it, this is the maximum you'd want to have in here. He's been in here from the beginning. Gives a lot of color, a lot of movement, and he's been doing quite well. I feed very little, just a couple flakes a day that I crush up, and I skip some days. Sometimes I'll skip a couple days a week with no problem, because he does have algae to nibble on. Right now I have a little Gracilaris seaweed in there, which isn't going to last forever, but he'll nibble on that also. And a tank like this, you'd want to I have 1 or 2 snails in there, a couple hermits usually, although it's not a big deal if they're in there or not, but it adds a little bit more to see in the tank. So this is a very nice little setup. It's very simple. All I don't use heater. Okay, I don't worry. This is the only equipment I have. So the water temperature in this, I could get up in the high 80s. That's pretty common. And the water temperature is going to fluctuate at night, but these particular creatures in here, they're hardy enough where it doesn't affect them. They've been going strong, flourishing in here without a problem. Water changes, I'll do a major water change, probably 30% water change whenever I can, sometimes once a week, sometimes once a month. This thing has gone sometimes for a couple months without the water being changed, only adding fresh water that's evaporated. Try not to do that. That's not something you want to do. But even with that, I've been able to clean the tank up even after it's been neglected, and it's still going strong. So this is not something, if you have no idea what you're doing with saltwater aquariums, you should try. You want to know what you're doing, but this is really a very easy setup. It's not difficult at all. It's very low maintenance. The equipment is simple, and the creatures are simple. It has a nice color to it, I think. So this is something very doable. I think anybody could do it who just has a little bit good understanding of how saltwater reef tanks work. And not high-powered lights at all. This is 9 watt screw-in power compact bulb. Put in the original hood that came with this. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to help you out. But this is an example of what you can do with a very simple saltwater reef aquarium setup. Very, very simple.